Hi class, this is the interactive video to accompany the exercises or some of the exercises in chapter 3. Which root operation is it specifically? So you should have already read and gone through the beginning exercises under Check Your Understanding at the end of chapter 3. And this is an interactive component of the course, so I'm going to pose you some questions, and my hope is that you will respond to those questions on the noted forum discussion area. This is not a graded event, but it is a way for you to build your skill so that you are able to become very comfortable with the process of ICD-10 PCS coding. The exercises at the end of the chapters, for the most part, unless otherwise noted, are non-graded, but it is important that you are doing the exercises and discussing and asking questions if you're not understanding the coding process and you're not getting the same answers when the key to those exercises that are non-graded is provided to you. One of the key elements is the root operation when we talk about ICD-10 PCS coding. The focus of this particular presentation, in order to keep it short in terms of video time, is going to be on questions 1 to 5. Again, under the which root operation is it portion at the end of chapter 3. The first exercise, it states the patient was admitted for an open removal of the left lobe of the liver due to metastasis from a colon carcinoma. So the questions for you that you are asked to think about and respond to in the course is, what are the key words or terms from the clinical statement that I just read used to determine the root operation? What are the key words used to determine the main term? And what are the key words or terms that may be other components that you need to understand to fully assign an ICD-10 PCS code? What is the root operation definition from ICD-10 PCS that reflects the clinical documentation? When we read the clinical documentation, it says open removal. What does that mean in terms of ICD-10 PCS terminology? What is the surgical approach? And what is the final ICD-10 PCS code assigned for this procedure of an open removal of the left lobe of the liver? Exercise number 2. This is an inpatient that is being evaluated for septic arthritis of the knee. A diagnostic needle arthrocentesis was performed on the left side, and the fluid was evaluated in pathology. Again, what are the key words? What is the root operation term? Again, root operations in ICD-10 PCS are terms such as excision, resection, extraction, etc. What root operation would you assign based on that clinical information provided to you in the textbook exercise? What are the main terms and subterms used in ICD-10 PCS coding manual index? Remember, we index by main term and then subterm, and typically our subterm is the anatomical location. What would be those specific main terms and subterms? In this case, is the final code character value an X or a Z? What element of the clinical information you have identifies your choice for the final code character value? And then what is the final ICD-10 PCS code assigned? Exercise number 3. This patient has a Staghorn calculus of the left renal pelvis that was treated by lithotripsy and is now being removed via a percutaneous nephrostomy tube. This is a very interesting case because in this case, this calculus or a stone was broken up first by the use of the lithotripsy. And now, on this particular day, what we're coding is the removal of those stone fragments via the use of a percutaneous nephrostomy tube. What is the root operation in this case? Is the root operation excision? Why or why not? What is the objective or intention of this procedure? These are all things I want you to think about as you post your answers on the discussion board. What are the main terms and subterms used in the ICD-10 PCS coding manual index to actually get to the code for this particular operation? And what is the final ICD-10 PCS code assigned? Number 4, patient has a craniectomy with a removal of malignant brain tumor of the cerebral hemisphere. Again, keywords: root operation term from ICD-10 PCS. What root operation term would you reflect? What is the intention? That's what you need to think about in terms of before you decide on your root operation. And what are the main terms and subterms used in the ICD-10 PCS index when you are coding this procedure? And what is your final ICD-10 PCS code? And the last exercise for this presentation is a bone marrow biopsy on a 4-year-old patient with potential leukemia. It states the patient has a bone marrow biopsy with the sample taken percutaneous from the right hip bone. What are your keywords in root operation? What are your main terms, your subterms, and what is your final ICD-10 PCS code? Now for your submission, you can just answer the 2 questions as they are identified. These are thought questions on the slides here. In your textbook, you will see that they're asking you to identify the root operation and then the ICD-10 PCS code. So my hope is that you post your answers to the related discussion board. I also would like to hear your voice. So if you have a speaker on your computer or a speaker and a webcam, you can record yourself. If you just want to use your voice, that's fine. You can post your video, your audio reply in the course, in the discussion board, in this area located or noted here with the picture from the course. This is the picture of the form in the course. You just click the reply button and then you click the icon on the reply toolbar. Once you click the reply button, you'll see the icon that looks like a piece of film. And then if you have a webcam or a microphone on your computer, it will automatically ask you if Canvas can use it. You would say yes, and then you would record your response. If you don't have it on your personal computer, but you have a camera and a microphone on your smartphone, you could also access the course via your smartphone and upload your video via your smartphone or your mobile device, such as a tablet. So I do encourage you to use the technology, to use your voice and your video. If you feel uncomfortable, you're not sure, you could also contact tech support at the college to help you with that process, but it is not required that you use video or audio. But I want to make this fun and interactive, and I would like for you to respond. And if you can't use the technology in terms of audio or video, you could obviously just type your answers to the discussion board area. So again, you're just asked to do numbers 1 through 5 in this particular discussion board for these exercises at the end of chapter 3. And we will have a separate video, a separate location for the other exercise at the end of chapter 3. Thanks.